Hello everybody, today's video is brought to you by the most persistent brand partner we've ever worked with, Wash and Go. When I think back to the first phone call I had with Mr. Wash and Go, I even said, why are you so persistent in getting me involved as an ambassador for Wash and Go? Do you know what they said? They said, because you embody everything our brand's about. And I thought, you're with it. You know what you're on about it. You're a brand about the town. Because when I think about Wash and Go, I think 2 in 1. And when I think about myself, which isn't very often, but when I do think about it, I think, yes, 2 in 1. Presenter, international sex symbol. I also find that Wash and Go is extremely fast and efficient as a brand to use. And, well, that's me as well. Just ask Mrs. Goldbridge. You know, there's nothing I can't do too quickly. And on top of that, when I think about Twitter, I think, well, effectively, in a very watered-down version, most people are replying to me saying WashAndGoBridge. So when I think about it, it really is a no-brainer. Mark Goldbridge, Wash and Go. A match like no other. Enjoy the clip. I'm not completely convinced that the referee is favouring one over another. I do want to talk about who the next manager for the Premier League will be sacked. I think this is a really good question, actually. Who's going to be the next manager from the Premier League sacked? Because a lot of people will go Ollie, but that doesn't necessarily, you know, he could be safe, like, for all you know. He should have been sacked. He should have been sacked a long time ago. But will he be the next manager to be sacked? Because there will be another manager to be sacked, and it could be Benitez. It could be someone like that. This West Ham type of football is what Ollie thinks he is playing, says Pedro. And Brentford boss, if not Ollie. Sad times, says Crossing the Channel. And Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer. Well, a lot of people saying Ollie. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Ref has been in West Ham's favour, if anything, says Rage. Bielsa. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad shout. I mean, although I think Bielsa's got sort of legend. I don't know, because obviously I don't really think about Leeds very often. But has Bielsa not got sort of legendary status at Leeds? You know, they love him there, don't they? So I don't know whether they would sack him. They're not having a great season, but I also think that, you know, Bielsa's a very sort of popular manager to criticise. You know, there's a lot of arrogance around slagging off Bielsa. I always say the thing about Bielsa is that the way he tries to play football is very easy on the eye, but on top of that, look at his team. Like, his team isn't that good. He's got a set of players that are just man for man not that good. Like, compared to like Leicester's squad, West Ham's squad, Everton's squad. Like Leeds, go through a Leeds team, and there's loads of players in there that you know the names of, but they're not great players. I mean, Rafinha's a good player, but apart from that, they haven't got people like an Ndidi or a Vardy or a Harvey Barnes or a Tillemans or a Richarlison or a Calvert-Lewin. They don't have that quality of player there, and I think there is a real arrogance around Leeds that Bielsa's overhyped. But the reason he gets credit is because he's done it with players that just aren't household quality players. What do you think of the referee? I think it was dodgy the first half, but that tackle from Van Dijk is brilliant, says Envy. Maybe it's because I'm not really that fussed, but I've not really noticed a bad performance by the referee. I think it could have been a red card on Cresswell, which is hard to say because I wouldn't want it to be a red card and I want Liverpool to lose. But you know, you've got to look at it pragmatically, which is what I try and do, certainly on this channel. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm sure we'll see it at half time again. Actually, definitely think it's a goal on Alisson. Agbona cannot see Alisson when he jumps. Alisson, he jumps before Alisson, and Alisson just makes a mess of it. That, to me, is a goal. And it was a goal, and it was the right decision. He's jumping in his own space. It's his own space. He's jumped early. He doesn't know the keeper's there, and the keeper's made a mess of it. So that's definitely a goal for me. They're showing it a few times on Sky. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd said no goal, but I actually think that should be a goal. So, you know, that's fine. How does it feel to know Arsenal have more points than Manchester United, says Cairo? Not surprising, Cairo, actually. I think we expected that. I predicted this before the Spurs game, I said that Arsenal will be at least 3 points ahead of Manchester United by the international break, and at that point, I think we were level, or you were just, So I knew it was coming. They're just going to show you the Trent goal. This is why I thought he would score. That from behind the goal shot is perfect if you're watching it on Sky at the moment. How can anybody blame the bloody keeper? Watch this back. How is somebody saying the keeper's at fault? What's he supposed to do there? He's whipped it out to come back in. Definitely nothing to do with the keeper. That's what your wall's there for. And if a player's good enough to get it over your wall, then a keeper's not going to be at fault. If it goes in on the keeper's side, it is. But no, brilliant technique, says Advath, and it was. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. That's football channel for everybody. Doesn't matter who you support. You're all welcome. We're on the road to 600k, which we're trying to hit before Christmas. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. If we can get to 579,000 tonight, that would be great. We're currently 500 short of that. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe, get involved with the channel. We do a lot of watch-alongs on here. Obviously, we're going into the international break, so there won't be any Champions League or Premier League watch-alongs for a couple of weeks. But we do. They didn't even show the red card tackle at half-time. That's what Sky obviously think about it. They've got no intent on talking about that. But I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm welcome, says Jay Hood. As the table is, take one player from each team to make your ultimate 11, says Chelsea. Oh, it takes too much thought process for me, mate, to do that. Who will win the Europa League, mates? Says Tasha. I'd have to know who was in it. Incy will be on in the morning, actually. Yeah, I'll drop him a message now, actually. Where is he? Hammers are going to win this, says David Lloyd. I think West Ham need to get on the front foot a little bit more. I certainly think that there's been a couple of times where Antonio and Bowen and Ben Rama have got in behind Liverpool, but I think they're just playing a little bit too defensive. I think at times Liverpool have had up to 73% possession, so I think West Ham need to be a little bit more expansive. There is respect, and they're taking it a little bit too far. I think they're taking it a little bit too far. Oh God! All the adverts are all about Christmas at the moment, aren't they? Anybody got any good ideas for like Christmas presents? Like for me, like good ideas. Like, and don't say a bottle of whiskey or something like that. I'm trying to think. I was thinking about getting one of them sort of watches. I don't mean like think something that tells you the time. You know, one I like is lovely, not a Fitbit. You know, something where you can, one of these modern gadget watches or something. I don't know. Aftershave, yeah, could get aftershave, I suppose. All I want for Christmas is a new manager at Manchester United. I want it way before then. I wanted it for Halloween. Did you see the Diego Maradona series on Prime Video? I haven't seen it, no, Sartek. No, I haven't. Apple Watch, butt plug, says Mike Kennedy. Whatever rocks your boat, Mike. Who's winning the Premier League this season, says Jesse. I predicted Man City at the start of the season. I think my top 5 was Man City, Chelsea, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Obviously, I've done Liverpool dirty there because they're not going to finish 4th. But I might be right with Arsenal, and I'm still going to go with Man City. Zidane would be an amazing Christmas present, says Arsenal, but it's got to happen way before then. If United wait till Christmas, then the season will be over. Yeah, it will be over. Surprised with Chelsea draw with Burnley, says George. Yes and no. I think Chelsea would have expected to win that, but history, these results can happen. I do think Chelsea are missing Lukaku, and I think that Tuchel would probably be quite happy with the points they've accumulated without Lukaku. So, and Burnley have, sort of found a bit of form.